hearing on genocide claims in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, President Zelensky receives draft Ukraine peace plan from the United States. Good evening. This is the news at 7 on Western Spring Television. I am Damilola Raphael. We begin in the court. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has sentenced the self-acclaimed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, to life imprisonment for terrorism. Justice James Omotosho said he sentenced Kanu to life imprisonment for counts 1, 4, 5, and 6 instead of a death sentence. He also sentenced the IPOB leader to 20 years imprisonment and 5 years imprisonment on count 7 with no option of fine. He said the sentence shall run concurrently.
So, I'm not really persuaded, but I must temper justice with mercy. The court is moved by chapter 23, verse 23 of Matthew, in the book of Matthew, to the fact that who unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin, and has omitted the weightier matter of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. This ought you ought to have done, particularly, and must notice the word in Matthew 23 and verse 23, the word mercy. Our Lord himself is merciful. No matter what we do, he is a merciful God. It is on that note that the court will follow this above admonition of Jesus Christ in the above passage and show mercy to the convicts. In addition, the death penalty globally is now being frowned upon by the international community. Consequently, and in the interest of justice, I hereby sentence the convicts to life imprisonment for the said counts 1, 4, 5, and 6 instead of death sentence. Life is sacred to God. With respect to count 3, he is hereby sentenced to 20 years imprisonment without no option or fine. For count 7, he is sentenced to 5 years imprisonment without no option or fine. To extend the mercy, I hereby order that the sentence shall run concurrently.
The counsel to the federal government, Adegboyega Awomolu, hails the sentencing of Kanu, saying it signals that no one is above the country's law. Lawyers for the federal government had earlier asked the court to impose the death penalty on Kanu following his conviction on 7 counts of terrorism. Justice Omotosho ruled that the prosecution had proved its case against Kanu beyond reasonable doubt, finding him guilty on all 7 charges.
Let me again, on behalf of the people of Nigeria, thank the judiciary for this development. It is now clear that law has its consequences, and anybody who breaks the law must be ready to face the consequences. And besides, law must be obeyed for the peace of the society. Law and judicial institutions must be respected to avoid anarchy and lawlessness. I want to thank you again on behalf of the people of Nigeria, the judiciary, for this judgment. I hope and pray that many others will still learn from this decision. And I pray also that the Lord will give you health, strength, and advancement in your career. My Lord, 9 months have been very challenging. I'm grateful to your Lordship.
Thank you.
We understand.
Earlier, the IPOB leader openly protested in court, accusing Justice Omotosho of attempting to strip him of his right to present a final address as the court prepared to deliver judgment on the trial. As Justice Omotosho was prepared to deliver judgment, Kanu insisted that he must be allowed time to present his final written address. The demand sparked a brief outburst in the courtroom, with the IPOB leader challenging the judge to cite any constitutional provision that permitted the waiver of such a right. Raising his voice, Kanu confronted the judge, Justice Omotosho, maintaining that the trial had already passed the stage of final address and urged the defendant to conduct himself appropriately. Despite the judge's warning, Kanu persisted in his outburst, prompting the judge to direct security operatives to remove him from the court. The IPOB leader was subsequently escorted out, and Justice Omotosho proceeded to deliver the final judgment in his absence.
Wait, please, look, this is Supreme Court. This Supreme Court here. Hold on a second. I said, hold on. May you please, your Lordship? May I refer your Lordship to section 266 of ABJA? It's not of law. What you're doing is not law. You don't know the law. Show me. I said, show me. When you have the right to go to my right to find my place. Show me. What the Constitution says. Show me.
Well, I will rise and come back. Can you please take him out? I will come back. I rise. I'll come back in 5 minutes.
Show me where it says you can break my right. Show me the place I must see. Show me. Show me. Show me. Which law says you can find me an unwritten law? Show me. You cannot show me. I'm a judge. You can't be a judge. You don't know law. You don't know law. Nonsense. Where is the family to address? Where is it? Which law gave you the right? Where my family to address? Which law gave you the right? What's this one doing here? What are you 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 doing here? This is Hitler attacking. This is the food attacking. That's Hitler attacking. That's the food. Don't touch me. Don't push me.
And to security matters, the Nigerian army has called on Nigerians to support its efforts to defeat terrorists and other security threats to the nation. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, made the appeal today at the Nigerian Army Civil-Military Cooperation Media Chat for the fourth quarter of 2025, held in Jos, Plateau State. The appeal comes in the wake of fresh insecurity across parts of the country, including the recent attack on the Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, Ekiti local government area of Kwara State. In Kebbi State, security agencies are still responding to the recent abduction at a girls' secondary school in Maga, Danko Wasago local government area, where the vice principal of the school was killed and students were kidnapped. General Shaibu highlighted the critical role of the media in shaping public opinion and fostering unity of purpose, urging media practitioners to uphold objective, credible, fair, and responsible reporting on the Nigerian Army's activities. The Army Chief, who was represented by the General Officer Commanding 3 Division, Major General E.F. Onyelola, also emphasized the need for Nigerians to verify content that could undermine national unity and security before disseminating it to the public to avoid spreading misinformation. In the meantime, the federal government, through its Minister of Education, Maruf Alausa, has condemned the attack on the government girls' school, Maga, in Kebbi State, where schoolgirls were abducted and the vice principal was killed. The minister described the incident as heartbreaking and assured that the Federal Ministry of Education is collaborating with security agencies and the state government to ensure the safe return of the abducted students. In a statement released on the ministry's official X handle, Dr. Alausa expressed deep sorrow over the tragedy, extending condolences to the families of the abducted schoolgirls, the school community, and the people of the state. The minister condemns the incident as a cruel and senseless act, stressing that the assault was not only on the victims, but also on the future of the nation, stating that the attack highlights the need for sustained efforts to protect schools, particularly in vulnerable communities. According to him, the ministry is already working closely with security and intelligence agencies, as well as Kebbi state authorities, to secure the release of the abducted students. Staying with security, the Christian Association of Nigeria has condemned Tuesday's bandit attack on the Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, the local government area, Kwara State, describing the incident as a heartbreaking reminder of the insecurity across the country. In a statement released today, CAN President Archbishop Daniel Oko expressed sadness over the attack, which led to the deaths and abduction of some worshippers during a prayer service. The cleric urged security agencies to act swiftly to rescue the abducted worshippers, while also calling for a transparent probe into how the incident occurred. He stated that the assault on peaceful citizens gathered for worship is a heartbreaking reminder of the growing insecurity facing Christian communities across the country. The Christian body called on the security agencies to move swiftly to rescue the abducted worshippers and to bring the perpetrators to justice, adding that a credible investigation is essential to reveal how the attack happened, identify lapses in security, and restore public confidence. At least 3 worshippers were killed at the Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, while several others were abducted after suspected bandits stormed a Tuesday evening service, shooting sporadically before targeting the worshippers. The National Youth Service Corps has disowned a pamphlet circulating on social media that purportedly advises corps members to pay ransom if kidnapped. The scheme describes the document as fake and not its official publication. In a statement issued via its X handle today, the NYSC management clarified that although a consultant had presented a similar document for consideration in 2021, it was not adopted. The Corps said the document being circulated is not an official NYSC publication and does not represent the scheme's policy regarding staff and corps members' security, and as such, it should be ignored. The NYSC further reassured corps members and the public of its commitment to their safety, noting that it continues to work closely with security agencies and other stakeholders to enhance protection for staff and corps members. The clarification comes as the document resurfaced online, sparking renewed reactions over Nigeria's security challenges, including kidnapping risks. The pamphlet first gained public attention in September 2021 when images of its content circulated widely on social media. And turning to politics, some members of the African Action Congress, AAC, in Osun State has declared the collapse of the organizational structure of the party in the state due to what they called unresolved leadership disputes, absence of functional ward and local government officers, and prolonged administrative paralysis. This is according to a statement signed by concerned members of the AAC in the Osun State from different local governments, including Aziz Wasiu Omoshayo, Taiwo Samuel Adedayo, Olubusuyi Ayowole, Adeyemi Sunday Adibade, and Babalola Adekunle Isaac. Others include Raufu Sadiq, Ajiboye Okpeyemi, Olatunji Oluwaseyi, Olaniyan Ridwan Okpeyemi, and Karim Tunde. They noticed that over the past months, legitimate members have repeatedly raised alarms about conflicting claims to authority by both the state chairman and the state secretary, total inactivity of the state working committee, and unilateral actions taken by a caretaker state secretary. They also condemned an announced state congress circulating on social media without a venue as of 72 hours to the event day, without official notices as of 48 hours to the event, and without adequate planning in accordance with the party constitution. The AAC members said despite multiple attempts to seek clarification and direction from the National Secretariat, including direct phone conversations and written messages to national officers, there has been no official response. They stated that the unresolved crisis now threatens the integrity of AAC in Osun State, adding that as responsible party members, their commitment to internal democracy requires that they officially declare the structure in Osun State non-functional and in urgent need of constitutional intervention. However, while contacted by Rave FM News, AAC chairman in Osun State, Oluwaseun Alabi, said the statement was against the directives of the national leadership of the party and urged that it should be disregarded. To health matters, a leading cardiologist has declared hypertension as the nation's most common cause of sudden deaths, issuing warning and an urgent call to action against preventable cardiovascular diseases. The charge was led by Professor Patience Akinwusi, who delivered the 27th inaugural lecture of the Osun State University. Toby Sanusi was there and now reports.
Titled The Heart and its Myriad Risk Factors, Protecting the Wellspring of Life from the Shadows of Sudden Death, Professor Patience Akinwusi's message at the 27th inaugural lecture of the Osun State University was a clarion call grounded in decades of research. The professor of medicine and cardiology, who has authored over 70 research articles, pointed out lifestyle choices as the primary challenge in the fight against heart disease.
In Nigeria, hypertension is the commonest cardiovascular disease and is the commonest cause of sudden death. Somebody sleeps, doesn't wake up, somebody collapses at work or anywhere and dies. Most often is likely due to hypertension. So we are saying you are what you eat. Control your appetite. All these junk foods are not good for us. They contain a lot of trans fat, a lot of salt, sugar, and all kinds of stuff that are injurious to the heart.
Professor Akinwusi, who is the wife of the former head of service in Osun State, Segun Akinwusi, advocated for a healthy lifestyle by engaging in physical activities, stress management, and recognizing warning signs such as chest pain and shortness of breath in fight against cardiovascular death.
If you control your lifestyle, control your appetite, ensure that you exercise, no smoking of cigarettes, no use of illicit drugs, your sugar and salt, you have to ensure that you control all of such stuff. So if you walk in a place where you have to sit down all day, after like 30 minutes or 1 hour of sitting down, get up and walk around your office or walk around your building so that you can keep your heart strong and healthy.
While speaking on recommendations for individuals, communities, and government, Professor Akinwusi called for awareness on public heart diseases, discouraging consumption of processed foods, enactment of policies on cardiovascular health, such as tobacco control laws, among others. She also urged the government to provide defibrillators in public places for emergency resuscitation of collapse victims.
The government must also ensure universal access to preventive and curative healthcare services, including regular screenings and affordable medications for heart disease and its risk factors, provision of automated external defibrillators in public facilities, hospitals, airports, parks, schools, universities, courtrooms, secretariats, workplaces, etc., and training of its use for emergency resuscitation of sudden collapse victims.
In his remark, the Vice-Chancellor of the Osun State University, Professor Odunayo Adeboye, emphasized the need for a healthy lifestyle and urged hundreds of participants at the inaugural lecture to know their health status. Professor Adeboye also lamented the number of cardiovascular-related crises that have led to the death of a number of people.
This inaugural lecture is about building a knowledge-based society for people to live longer. You've heard it. Major cause of death is this thing about sudden collapse, sleep and never wake up, someone seemingly normal with robust cheeks, filled up chest, no hole there, and the person is just talking and just sleeps, and that is the end. You need to know your medical status and know it well and follow it like sacrifice. Those things that doctors ask you to do, so that you can continue to enjoy this life. Most of these deaths are avoidable.
The lecture closed with a clear message on the need to stay healthy, maintaining regular exercise, and promoting awareness on cardiovascular health. Toby Sanusi, Western Spring Television News.
And still with health, the federal government has urged state governments to increase their health sector allocations as part of efforts to enhance healthcare delivery and accelerate progress toward achieving universal health coverage. Speaking at the National Council on Health in Calabar this afternoon, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Fateh, emphasized that quality healthcare requires adequate funding. He urged states to ensure a minimum 1% increase in their health budgets for 2026 compared with 2025, highlighting the importance of investing in primary healthcare, hospitals, medical equipment, and reproductive health commodities. According to him, the resources would be used responsibly to ensure efficiency, effectiveness, and improved service delivery across the health sector. The minister also stressed the need for transparency and accountability in the use of funds, calling on civil society organizations to support monitoring efforts. In the meantime, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has insisted that only full implementation of previously agreed items in its Memorandum of Understanding would move discussions forward on ending its ongoing strike. NARD's national president, Mohammed Suleiman, disclosed this in a newscast this morning, calling on the federal government to reinstate the Lokoja 5, release the professional allowance table for implementation, pay promotion arrears, clear outstanding salary arrears, ensures that all items agreed on during conciliation are reflected. The president explained that the association has 19 demands, stating that 3 conciliation meetings have already been held with the federal government. According to him, both parties agreed on timelines for resolving all 19 items, stressing that there is nothing new on the table as the issues have lingered for years and previous agreements have repeatedly been violated. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention on Thursday said the Lassa fever death toll in the country has risen to 177. The latest epidemiological report released by the NCDC stated that as of epidemiological week 44, the case fatality rate stands at 18.3%, up from 16.5% recorded during the same period in 2024. According to the World Health Organization, Lassa fever is an acute viral hemorrhagic illness caused by the Lassa virus, a member of the arenavirus family of viruses. As of week 44, ending November 2nd, Nigeria has reported a total of 966 confirmed cases, while in total for 2025, 21 states have recorded at least 1 confirmed case across 102 local government areas. According to the health agency, 87% of all confirmed Lassa fever cases were reported from 4 states, Ondo, Bauchi, Edo, and Taraba, while 13% were reported from 17 states with confirmed cases. It added that the predominant age group affected is 21 to 30 years, while the male-to-female ratio for confirmed cases is 1:0.8. Meanwhile, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has issued an alert following reports that CAD has banned bleeding infant cereals over contamination concerns. The banned cereals are produced by Danone Group, a French multinational food and beverage company. The categories identified include bleeding cereals, Seville biscuit, bleeding Seville biscuit and late, bleeding meal and late, and bleeding banana and late. This listed expiry dates range from September 2026 to March 2027. According to the report received by NAFDAC, Chadian authorities imposed the ban because the cereals failed to meet European safety standards for aflatoxin B1, a carcinogenic toxin found in some agricultural products. The agency said the affected products are already circulating in the country, particularly in border communities neighboring Chad. NAFDAC explained that aflatoxin B1 is a potent carcinogen and an immunotoxin capable of causing serious immune system disorders in infants and young children. The agency directed all zonal directors and state coordinators to begin market surveillance and remove any affected products found in their locations. This includes checks across retail shops, informal markets, and distribution channels receiving goods through border communities. Still to come, UK inquiry finds response by all 4 UK governments to COVID was case of too little, too late. We will bring you more on this when we return.